Hi guys, John's asked me to do a quick video just to talk about our used car process with regards to our used car chassis. Apologies if I'm teaching anyone to suck eggs, and I'm sure everybody's got a process that they use, but I've been using this for quite some time now and it seems to work well for us. The first thing that we do is when a car lands on site, we've got this form here. I devised that. If anybody wants me to send it out to them, please give me a shout. It's basically an appraisal sheet which we use. It then allows us to mark off on the car the day it arrived, the exact mileage of the car, any damage that's on it, alloys, paintwork required, etc. That really helps me. If it's a Motability car that's a bit knackered, then we can basically reject it instantly, or certainly start the process. If there's any bits missing on it, then I can have a chat with the buyers that might have supplied the car. What we then do is put any damage that's on that onto the list for the paint and smart repairers. We've got a little sheet here which I keep in my office. It lets the guys know what needs doing in terms of alloys, in terms of paint if it's really urgent, and once it's been done I talk about the costs with them. We agree a cost for that particular vehicle and we know that way it's been done. More importantly, it allows the guys to buy into that process, because if when they come to sell it, it requires any additional work, I tend to ask the question as to why the work wasn't done initially when the car landed, and it allows us to ask a few questions as to why we're suddenly giving away a bit of profit. The next thing that I do is I actually load the car onto Portfolio myself. I think there are different ways in which you can load a car, and ultimately it's not a massive skill. One of the things that we do though, which I think really helps us, is that when we load a car up, for example here, some Satistate All-Track, we're quite specific about the equipment on the car. We all know that you can load additional items onto Portfolio, but what we found tends to work really well for us is when we load our options that are on the vehicle, when we highlight them as being factory fit upgrades. Sometimes when we click on Portfolio, we're not always aware, or customers aren't always aware, what's standard on the vehicle and what's not, especially if they're looking at lots of cars. So we find that works really well for us, and then the guys know that as well, so it stands out a bit clearer. We've also suggested doing it in capitals, because it makes actually on the way a customer looks at a car on the internet site, it makes it look a lot wider as well. The other thing that we do is when we are pricing the vehicle, we look at the dealer portal, and we basically use the Auto Trader portal to look at the price of the car. For those of you that aren't aware or aren't using it, and I'm sure you all are, is that you put the registration number in there and the mileage, and it allows us to look at how many other cars within a varying number of different parameters. So the mileage, the age, and it tells you how many cars are out there and within what sort of distance they are from you. I find that's really helpful when we're talking about bulk cars that everybody's got that are the same. But when we've got a car that's a little bit unique, when it's a little bit different, what we then tend to do is price it and sort of see what happens, and keep an idea on the market track and see what the click-through rate is. I tend to work on anything that's over sort of 3 to 6% click-through rate is probably going to sell. Anything that's 6 to 9% click-through rate is very strong. Anything that's over 12%, well, quite frankly, it should sell straight away. That's basically it in terms of our sales process. I have a basic idea in terms of our used car sales process and what we do in terms of advertising and preparing them. And I think some of those really simple things just really help us to achieve what we achieve. If you've any questions on what I've just presented to you, then by all means, please give me a shout. Otherwise, thanks so much.